You ever felt like something was just off about Tears of the Kingdom? I'm not talking about different game or different vibe, but something else, more supernatural. Like when you revisit your hometown and everything looks right, the signs and streets all look the same. But some of the people don't remember you. We've all been feeling it, that strangeness in the air. And no matter what we do when we pick up the controller, it just doesn't feel the same. But don't worry, my lovelies. Sir Link is here. I got you. I'm here to bring closure to everyone, so maybe we can put this all behind us. So, what if I were to tell you that Tears of the Kingdom isn't as it seems? What if I were to tell you we may have been fooled all along? What if I were to tell you it may be all a lie? Well, stay tuned. The biggest moments from Breath of the Wild? Gone. NPCs you risked your life for act like you're just some guy. Princess Zelda can't remember the slate. Tarry townfolk don't recognize you. And now Sidon is straight? Everything just feels off. Then there's the Calamity. This world-shaking war that shaped Hyrule gets treated like a bedtime story that might have happened. Even the kids in Zelda's own school talk like it's a myth, when it was literally only 7 years ago. So, what happened to the world we knew? Why does Tears of the Kingdom feel like we've stepped into somewhere else? But to understand what is going on, we must go back to the beginning. Let's start with what we thought we were getting. Back in 2019, before we even knew the name Tears of the Kingdom, Nintendo dropped that first teaser trailer for the sequel to Breath of the Wild. We all remember it. Link and Zelda deep underground, camping gear strapped up, torches lit, ready for a long expedition. A strange, mummified Ganondorf. Creepy rat swarms in the depths. Detailed murals carved into the walls. And, this is my favorite, Link and Zelda riding a massive new creature. What we now call a Don-Don. But, in the finished game, the murals don't exist. At least not in the way they were depicted from the trailer. They are all wrong. We went from archaic cave scratches and paintings to intricate hieroglyphs and stone carvings indicative of a more advanced design from a more advanced civilization than the primitives Breath of the Wild implied. Even the rats are gone and nowhere to be found in this game. Don-Dons? Sure, they're in the game, but you can't ride them, and they only appear in one tiny area doing absolutely nothing. That long underground journey with camping gear? Gone. Instead, they're just holding a single torch. Even the Zonai feel different. The original teaser painted them as ancient, ominous, magical, and mysterious tribe. But in the final game, they're basically benevolent sky architects with advanced technology that resemble humanoid goat people with a few scattered ruins in the depths. It's like entire story threads and mechanics were sliced away, leaving behind a Hyrule that looks familiar, but isn't quite the same. And it's not just cut content, it's in the way this world remembers its own history. Zelda herself is a prime example. In Breath of the Wild, she used the Sheikah Slate for years. She knew it inside and out. It helped save Hyrule. In fact, every memory from the previous game, excluding the Champion's Ballad, she used the slate. But in Tears of the Kingdom, she treats the Pura Pad like it's brand new technology she's never seen before.
How to use this invention of Pura's? I'm glad I didn't leave it behind. It's so easy to record. You point it and click. Oh.
Even though the two devices are nearly identical, it's as if that entire part of her life never happened. What is going on here? So, what changed? Here's my theory.
But first, it's the algorithm.
You've heard of the Mandela effect. When people remember something one way, but history says it happened another. I call this the Miyamoto effect. But for those who are unfamiliar with the Mandela effect, I got you. There is an in real life phenomenon where people recount events of history or things of pop culture different than what is recorded. For example, some of us remember that Darth Vader always said that classic line, "Luke, I am your father." And people swear by, that is what is said in the film. However, if you were to go back and watch it, he never did. Not in any version of the movie for that matter. It was as if it never happened. That suddenly, thousands if not millions of people are misremembering this iconic quote. And it's not just Star Wars, it's in almost everything, from historical figures to marketing and brand logos. The reason behind this is unknown. Some believe it's just a case of mass mistaken memory and is benign, whereas others believe something more sinister is at play. I can't get into the details of that here, but you can search for any of these YouTube videos for more information on the topic. For now, let's get back to Zelda and what this may mean for us. What if the Tears of the Kingdom we got isn't actually the direct continuation of our Breath of the Wild? What if it's a parallel version of Hyrule, one where the calamity didn't happen the way we remember it? Or maybe Link is from our original Breath of the Wild timeline. Maybe Zelda too, until she's thrown into the distant past. And when she changes history there, she unknowingly creates a new present. One where the events of Breath of the Wild happen differently. Or not at all. Now, before you cry out blasphemy and pull out your pitchforks, let me explain myself. I know this game has been eating away at the back of your mind like it has been mine, keeping us all up at night, scratching our heads from a soaking wet fever dream at 3 in the morning. An itch we can't scratch no matter how much we try to pinpoint what has us lying awake, staring at the ceiling. And no matter what we do, we can't make it stop or find out the reason. Why? Well, I think I may have a possible solution that will dispel all our fears once and for all, so we all may rest easy once again. Zelda may have inadvertently created a new line, a schism if you will, a small change, but significant enough that the events played out differently, ever so slightly, to change history. That is why, in the beginning of the game, it's so much different than what we saw in the original teaser. What we play in the beginning of the game is already the result of her meddling in the past, and the teaser we got would be what would have happened if she never went to the past. You could say, that is the true sequel to Breath that we never got. Instead, we are playing the schism, after the fact. That is why the murals were already different. That would explain why nobody remembers things the same way, why certain places are untouched, why the calamity feels like an afterthought, why theorists spin their wheels trying to piece it all together when it simply cannot be done, and why we can find no rest or true closure by game's end. So here are the possibilities. 1. A cut content rewrite. The 2019 teaser came from a darker, longer underground adventure with deeper Zonai lore, but it was gutted before release. 2. A parallel sequel. Tears takes place in a slightly altered timeline where Breath's events played out differently. 3. A historical rewrite. Zelda's trip to the past altered the present, leaving Link as one of the only ones who remembers the real Breath of the Wild. Or maybe it's all intentional. Nintendo wants us to feel uneasy, like the world is just slightly wrong. Whatever the truth is, the effect is the same. Tears of the Kingdom doesn't feel like the world we saved. It feels like a dream we woke up from, close to reality, but missing the details we swore were real. Here is just a short list of examples of why this may be the case. Terrytown for starters. You were the chief builder of that city in the previous game, but when you return, hardly anybody recognizes you. It's as if the place sprung up like a mushroom out of the ground. And like a mushroom, the devs of this game are treating you the same, feeding you bullshit and keeping us all in the dark. Apparently, Calamity Ganon wasn't a real threat at all, and Ganondorf is the main threat. That's fine, I can get behind that. But they don't ever explain what Calamity Ganon was or what Zelda even sealed away. Did she even seal it away? What even is the sealing power? Is it the Triforce or something else entirely? It's like, this game forgot the last game happened. It can't be light power, because that power seems to act on willpower alone, and not by some emotional and urgent need. And no, Rauru isn't using the Triforce. Humans can find shapes in anything, and I don't see the 3 triangles alone. In fact, if I wanted, I can draw 8 triangles in that same pattern. So let it end already. Even the Sheikah technology is all wrong. Where did all the Guardians, Sheikah Towers, and Divine Beasts go? They all just upped and vanished like the Master Sword's durability in a boss fight. The devs' excuses for this is what you would expect. They have served their purpose, so now they all magically disappeared. Well, I'm not buying it. That makes no sense. If that were true, then why did they exist for the 10,000-year gap between Breath of the Wild and the Ancient Calamity? Something smells fishy, and it isn't Sidon's new wife. Speaking of Sidon, what happened? You're telling me he's straight now? You're telling me that guy is? A man who dumps his dead sister's monument into a corner so he can parade around a statue of him giving a horsey back ride to a young Hylian man? Seems sus to me. This whole existence just feels off, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. But that is for part 2. For now, whatever the truth is, the effect is the same. Tears of the Kingdom doesn't feel like the world we saved, because it isn't the world we saved. Lost forever to the ether, like a dream we woke up from, close to reality, but missing the details we swore were real. So, what do you think? Is Tears of the Kingdom hiding a timeline twist? Or is this just the Miyamoto effect messing with our heads? I'm Sir Link. Thanks for watching. Let's keep the comments alive with your own theories. Because I have a feeling we're not done with this mystery yet. So I'll see you in part 2, where I deep dive every point mentioned in this and more. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more Zelda content and to check out the other videos.